Hello everyone and welcome to another basic Photoshop tutorial. In this video we're going to be looking at the blur tool. The blur tool is normally used for if you're wanting to blur out the background because you've got text or a different image in the foreground and the background's just kind of there but you're not really meant to be paying much attention to it. Blurring it out can be a very nice effect. To do this you need to go up to the top and click on filter. From here you go down to where it says blur. You've got multiple different options here for the type of blur that you want to do. Personally, something like blur more just gives it a nice little effect, and then where you've got it, I believe it's just Control F, and every time you just hold down Control, and each time you press F, it blurs the image more and more until it literally just becomes indistinguishable. Of all the options, this is the one that I would recommend the most, mainly just because it works really nicely and simply to give the blur effect. If I go back to here, to where we first started, and then if we go back to filter, and then as you can see here, yeah, Control F to blur more, we go back to blur, and we click on the different, let's say, motion blur. This would be that kind of like if something's moving really fast and you gave it a bit of blur in the motions of everything, and you can get going really strangely. You can decide the angle that it blurs from, and all of that kind of thing. It's a very nice little effect of for a motion blur if something's moving very quickly to add the effect that makes it look like they're moving very quickly. If we go back to the blur options, we can go on to a different one. We could go on to this one, and it's just all sorts of weird things. Yeah, now we've got a more circular one going inwards to a exact point. Really, I would say messing about with them is probably the best way to go about it. I'm not going to go through what every single blur option does, but that's the basics of what the blur option is and a short tutorial of how it works. So feel free to try out the blur tool for yourself, mess about through the different types of blurs you can do with it, and just to see what would actually work best for what you're wanting to do. As I said before, the most simple one of just Control F on the blur more option is the simplest way to give a basic blur. The other ones can give quite nice effects. So thank you for watching everyone, and until next time, goodbye.